Okay, so going with tradition here. We've finished the series, so now I'm forced to sing, and I'm not a very high singer, so. Day by day, uzari da yo ne. Dakara, dodo to, koto waichao, kimi ni narinai yo. Oh my boy, kipari shinakya, uso ni sukiatte, rananai yo, seimei so sekai de. Jibun de mitsukete myself, secret na totozen. Oh god. Karuna na yaritai karete tsubete wa atashi ga kimeru. I say my heaven. Super driver toshin makasete nante tate zenshin fukano. Tobi kete de. Take easy go. English. Taisho di de kokan machi don doken dante. Hasenkai. Sore yori no isoide yo. Marude kone mo mikai-ken itsudate muriari. Marude mikai-ken kone kakusot shiba something. Marude ikai-ken itsudate totuzozen. Marude mikai-ken uchigakta shitando. Can we agree to never do this again? This is a bad idea. Oh, I'm gonna get him so bad in the next show. Oh, I might just pick it just so he has to sing something bad. Hey everybody, welcome to the Palmtop podcast. My name is Kyle.
My name is Alex.
And we watch romantic and slice of life comedy animes. Comedies.
You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry.
You're gonna have some feelings in your pants.
You're gonna show this show to your grandma.
You might not do that.
Show it to your great grandma.
Nope.
Your great-great-grandma's tombstone.
You're just going to hold your laptop over the tombstone and go, Mom, this is Silver Spoon.
Mom, do you think Kyoen's a god? Haruhi Suzumiya. We're at the end.
This is the end.
This is the end, my friend.
This is the end.
Haruhi Suzumiya's been a ride.
Yeah, no, I've definitely enjoyed my time with it. As you guys have heard on the last episode, I gave it quite some praising. But, I feel like there might be just one more thing that we need to touch on as I scratch my beard.
Yeah, as I untangle your beard, because, oh my God, it's all over the floor.
Oh, no.
God, so
this
gross.
Is just like the nose thing.
Oh, God. We have The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, the official fourth book, I believe, and it is the third season, so to say. It is the end of this trilogy.
Okay.
If we count the first season, you can't really count it in chronological order. This is just the conclusion. It neatly wraps up everything about the show. I have not seen it. I know plot details.
I know absolutely nothing about this movie except the one scene that might be in it where Mikuru the standing up above the buildings. I don't know. I don't know if like she's actually large or it's another play on my mind.
Well, I can't tell you, but I can tell you that I know that the directors of this, I believe, are both the directors of season 1 and season 2.
Oh, that's
so
good.
You get Tatsuya Ishihara and you get Yasuhiro Takemoto. So you get the guy that later on went to direct Kyoka involved in this. And you can get, I believe, you'll get a sense of that, just of like the later Kyoto animation stuff. 2010. This is a year after they did season 2 with Endless 8.
So this is actually somewhat recent.
Yeah, this was right after.
I say that being 7 years ago.
Yeah, I was there at New York Comic Con for the dub premiere. I didn't go to the dub, but I saw all the actors there.
That's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah, people were lukewarm on Haruhi at the time because of the stuff they had to go through. But this movie turned a lot of people around.
Good. I'm glad to hear it because I'd hate to hear if like this. People still went really sour on this.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? Give me an elevator pitch. Give me a log line of what you think this might be.
I couldn't even begin to theorize, especially with this, which is kind of amazing when you think about it, because this movie could literally be anything, be it a very plot-heavy, oh no, the world's ending kind of thing, or literally, oh, we have to find a cat.
Yep.
Like it could be either of those things.
You mean like every plot where someone loses a cat and has to find the cat?
Yeah, like the beginning of Naruto.
Yep.
That thing you've never seen.
Whisper of the Heart. The Wind Up Bird Chronicle. All these things are just like, need to get a cat. I'm in a magical world.
Of cats.
There's an illegal dose of catnip going around. Anyway, Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. We'll be back. Kyle, send us off. Say something cool.
Yay. It had occurred to me at that time that I was in a room, not just any room, a room that we record podcasts in, with someone who I thought I knew. His name was Alex. But he doesn't seem to remember me.
Who are you? Why are you in my house?
Shit.
Listen, I'm gonna have to call the guard dogs.
Oh no.
Okay, guard dogs.
Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark,
Bark, bark. Oh man, if
we watched a Haruhi movie.
We watched season 3 of Haruhi.
Yeah. The
miniseries, the Disappearance, originally meant to be season 2, and then they would decide to make it a movie, and that's why
because Endless 8 was so worth it.
It was so worth it. Kyle, cards on the table. I loved this movie.
Oh yeah, nope, yep. Same. I'm right there with you. I feel like this is a great way to put a nice bow at the end of Haruhi. Did I feel like the series needed this, especially after we watch it chronologically? Absolutely. Even though, like, this is coming from me, someone who was completely content with the ending of Haruhi.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, I didn't know I needed it, but apparently I did.
Yeah. It gives you closure. It gives you absolute closure on every character.
I mean, it leaves one little time loop out.
Yeah.
But they literally talk to you about it.
They
like,
look at you.
I'll do it eventually.
There's going to be a season 3 one day, maybe, right? It's been 7 years.
Can we not?
Do we don't have the time to go through bit by bit on everything.
Unless people want to listen to us talk about this for 2 hours, which I do not want to.
I don't think people want to do that.
Yeah, no.
Lay down the bottom line. It's the...
Okay. Well, let's do this in like thirds.
Okay.
3x
structure.
Yeah. So let's have our before event, after event, conclusion to the event.
Okay.
We'll break it down like that.
Nice.
So before event, we're almost exactly where we left off in the dead of winter.
Yep.
We basically get everyone in the SOS brigade like a usual day, and we're gonna celebrate at Christmas with a hot pot, and everything's gonna be super fun. And everyone's going to have the time of their lives.
An illegal hot pot.
Yeah, no, they're totally not allowed to cook in a room.
South right away.
I want to point out that Haruhi's plan is, don't worry, this hot pot is going to be so delicious. They're going to bend the rules, and they're going to want me to do it every day. My plans always work. I love my plans. I'm the best, smartest person ever. And Kyon's just like, Argh.
Like at that moment, you hear a cock of a revolver, and you don't know why. Like someone went, no.
Yeah. And
she's gonna repeat
Yuki.
time until we get Christmas party right.
Imagine that was the straw in the logic. She's just like,
I cannot.
I can't do this anymore. I have emotions.
Did you watch Endless 8? I mean, Jesus.
You just cut back to where she's wearing she's wearing 15,000 masks.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into spoilers, obviously, because
oh my god,
we're gonna go all over the place, like the non-chronological order.
Oh yeah, so. Right away, because we kept having scenes where he's waking up, I had a feeling this was going to be some kind of time paradox thing, which I definitely was not disappointed in. I thought it was going to be more time shenanigans rather than alternate dimension stuff.
Yeah.
And I was pleasantly excited. So, of course, we have our event. Kyon wakes up in a world where nobody remembers Haruhi. None of his misadventures had happened.
Yep.
And...
there's been a cold going around for a while.
Yeah, no, that was,
so, you know what?
Really weird.
So the absence of Haruhi means that more natural diseases kind of spread into North High is what I took out of that.
I mean...
there are no bugs around here.
I mean, I guess you're not wrong. It seemed like such a weird addition to this part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they had to take Taniguchi out of the situation for 2 days.
Yeah.
But that could have easily been like, oh, he fell down the stairs.
Yeah, because they because they're really drilling in that something wasn't normal, because you have Kunikita and he's just like, yeah, man, everyone's been sick for a while.
Yo,
like,
can we give some props to Kunikita too, by the way? Because
that
dude saw Kyon go fucking crazy, and he's just like, Probably ate some bad food or whatever. I'll just talk to him tomorrow. He'll probably be fine, right?
I'm literally not written to have panic mode. Guess when Ryoko Asakura, the you know how in Sherlock Holmes Moriarty was only in one book, but his mark is left on the entire series of Sherlock Holmes to the point where everything's retconned, so he's always involved. I feel like Asakura is like eternally known as like the moment that Haruhi kind of went 180 on itself.
Yep.
And so when she walks in, you immediately know that it has to be her. She is trouble with a capital T. Walks in completely normal, and you still can't stand her.
It's really interesting you bring that up because I feel like I'm making a big pull here, but I've been watching Dragon Ball Super, and they're like showing Frieza doing nefarious things, and it's kind of the same way. It's like, you should never trust this character, even though we're seeing Asakura in a different reality where she's, big air quotes, normal.
Yeah.
Even though she's saying things that might have some double entendre. Not in like the sexy way though, more like the murder stabby way.
It's like every universe you see Asakura, there's going to be some problem.
Yeah, no, you're just like, why is she here? I'm uncomfortable. Keep her away from the sharp things.
We get to see Kyon for the first time, really, honestly, the first time at his moral horizon. Like, the dude is panicked out of his mind, and he's always so, like, he's not always calm and collected, but he usually is sarcastic and reserved and low energy and doesn't really care, or if he does care, he doesn't really show that he cares. And when he really, really is distressed, he has the zero chill. The dude runs up to Mikuru and goes, "Show me your boob, mole."
Well, the only time I can think that Kyon ever went like this crazy is when he almost hit Haruhi during the filming.
Yeah, that was like he got mad at her. That's true.
But that was anger. Like this was like
panic.
Yeah, this was like pure panic, and it was really interesting to see him. Like you'd think he'd be in this situation, especially when one time he was in a world where him and Haruhi were the only existing people, and there were giants destroying everything. Even then, he was more collected.
And that kind of shows you that, like, without Haruhi, like that's his big pillar. Without her, he kind of feels like he's in a world without a god.
He literally calls it his own personal hell.
Yeah. There's some good symbolism later on where when he finds Haruhi, he's kneeling before her. And there's a lot of symbolism of that as if she is the god. So that was cool.
I really like the one scene where I think he was walking his bike back, and it's like a snowy night, and he just like has this like, there's like this heart sink moment where he's just like, holy shit, I really miss these people. Like they brought my life together. Like at first he had just given up. Like I guess I can't do anything about this. Like I'm stuck. And then he just like has like this broken moment of just like, there's no hope left in me. And it's just like, oh my God. Like you feel so bad for him.
Yeah. He talks about like how he says how like, oh, I've been dragged from hell into heaven, but I did not say I wanted to be.
He goes so far as to try to talk to his cat.
Yeah. Hey, Shamisen, shake your right paw if you're aware of what I'm saying, and left if you aren't. Why would he do the left if he wasn't? Then you said that was a macro where the sister's like, Mom, Kyon's talking to the cat.
Yeah, no, I swear I saw that image at some point way back when this was popular.
And yeah, there's a lot of good references, so we should get into Yuki.
Yeah, first things first, this movie is more Yuki heavy than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, it pushes Yuki, like, Yuki's character a lot. Like, we actually get that little, like, spark of development we saw towards the end of Endless 8. We actually, like, we get, like, a small fire now. We actually have her do something selfish.
Yeah, you get the little pieces like the computer club where she's doing something for fun. But it's the actual emotion of I was tired of this, and I was tired of you needing to come up to me for help, and I wanted emotions. So when she doesn't, I like that Yuki doesn't change the way their situation. She doesn't make everyone happier so much as she just kind of removes the problem places the problem far away in a prep school, but leaves herself as an isolated, lonesome girl. She kind of doesn't make it better for herself so much as she just gives herself feelings.
If you really think about it, Yuki kind of saves the world.
Yeah.
In a weird sense, like, there's no entity that could destroy the world at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
When you think about it, the world Kyon was brought into is a much safer place. And it's almost selfish of him to, like, want to go back. And I'm surprised they didn't bring that up. Like, Kyon would be, like, of course, remiss, like you would want to think, but, like, the world would be much safer without, like, God powers Haruhi.
The conversation that Koizumi had in the Psy episodes was, I like this kind of peaceful world myself that we're constantly saving, which it was just a constant argument between him and Mikuru of just like what was best for the world. And Yuki actually kind of sided against them all in the end and went like, I think this world would be fine without any of this. It's almost like lashing out the creator.
It shows how just a little bit of emotion can kind of throw a screw in things.
Mm-hmm. And Yuki makes a fast friend with Kyon in a weird, like he came off like a lunatic. He was out of control. He runs up to her and goes, "You're an alien." You remember when we repeated summer 15,000 times?
Remember that time we fought a big cricket in the internet?
Fought a big camel cricket. You hacked the baseball bat. What?
And like he's literally grabbing her and pushing her up against the wall. It's like, you know these things, and then he just sits down and collapses. And she's like,
"Join the club."
I guess I'll read a book.
Yep.
Let me use your computer. Okay, let me, I guess, save my important files.
Are you sure it hasn't been used since 1995? Down to the screen.
Where did she get the computer? Why does Yuki Literary Club have a computer?
So we never saw the computer club in this alternate world. Did she just erase them from existence?
It was a super old computer.
And yeah, we never really learned why she has it.
Maybe she was writing a story.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Kyon was right.
Yep.
That would make sense.
She was mad because Kyon was saying, "I'm from the future where there's a god," and at times she's like, "That's my idea. I was writing this. How dare you?"
Kyon is actually a story from Glasses Nagato's world and came to life, and she's like, "No, I want to keep him."
Like this narrative's gotten out of control.
Oh my god, yeah.
Actual Yuki left some clues.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty interesting that we got the bookmark thing back from when he was stuck in the
when he was stuck in closed space. Yep, it was, "Hey, here's all the information you need.
Mm-hmm.
Get the keys, bring them to one place. Save the cheerleader, save the world."
Oh, what was the last one? Sleeping Beauty.
Yep, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White.
Wanji just gets Snow White, and he's like, "I brought 7 dwarves. What's next?"
The moment in the dinner scene where Yuki brought Kyon back up to her room was the most normal moment we've had, and yet
I wouldn't call it normal.
On the surface, it was. I
don't think when you meet a crazy person and like try to help them like sort out their life a little bit, you don't go, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was day 2 of her meeting him," and I don't know, if I'm walking you home and you want to explain more things to me, I don't go, "Hey, I live alone, strange person that like threw me up against the wall the other day. Why don't you come to my house where I'm unprotected?"
It's the most normal interaction Yuki's had with anyone. I lost point. But yeah, it was definitely uncomfortable. Kyon's like opening the bedroom to make sure that he's not sleeping in there with Mikuru. It was in that funny moment. And then, of course, when Asakura comes up, you just immediately you're on guard.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised she wasn't there to begin with.
She outwardly threatens him in the elevator. "I'm going to hurt you if you hurt my friend that I'm not even that close to."
My friend. And I'm going to hurt you.
Yep.
With a lot of knives.
Yep. Dio style, yeah. So what was the school again? Koyoan Academy. The preppy school that was previously an all-girls school changed into a co-ed school just so Yuki could place Haruhi somewhere else.
She literally moved all of Koizumi's class just into
Koizumi
another
annoyed
school.
The shit out of me. He's not here right now.
Once like Koizumi's just there, but he's like ugly.
Of course, even in this world, Koizumi is just like a puppy following him.
True. We do get our big reveal though, right after that, where oh god, what's the friend's name?
Taniguchi comes back.
Yeah, Taniguchi comes back from being sick, and he's just like, wait, are we talking about Haruhi, that crazy girl I went to junior high with? It's like, what the fuck, you remember? And Kyon literally explodes in his classroom for like the third time this week, and everyone like just starts mumbling. I'm pretty sure I heard somebody go, oh, here we go again. Like, I'm almost sure there was something along those lines of just like,
no.
Oh no.
That's so funny. Taniguchi remembers, well, of course, because he's let in with it. There were a lot of good callbacks to the show.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember that stuff, it like kind of patted you on the back for, of course, he's the one that was like telling you all the crazy stuff she did before.
I wonder if Kyon actually did get like arrested after running up to Haruhi and be like, I know you. It's like, what? Here's all the crazy things we did at Tanaba.
Yeah.
3 years ago. He's like, what the fuck? How do you know that? I'm John Smith. Oh, hi, John. And just calls
You're
him
under arrest.
John, like the rest of the thing. And it gets really weird.
Haruhi is immediately back in. Like, immediately like, oh,
Not
that
only-
would be this world you're telling me about. That sounds like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, no.
We are going there now.
Literally the only reason Haruhi gets involved is like, that's the coolest, that's the sickest shit I ever heard of. Get me in on that right now. And Koizumi's just like, yo, is this guy styling up with my girl?
I love her, but she's already moved on. I was just a transfer student. Doesn't matter. Interesting that it takes Kyon to make Haruhi treat friends like friends, because I had an allegory of like, oh, this show's about like idea of how important friends are to you. But
Right.
when one of the people there, it like without Haruhi, Kyon feels lost, and without Kyon, Haruhi really just discards people and is just bored and doesn't care.
I'm trying to think of what Asahina would be like differently, but quite frankly, all she does in like this timeline is get thrown around by Kyon and then thrown around by Haruhi.
She gets a good hit on Kyon when he's like,
oh yeah, no, Asahina straight up punches him in the face.
I like that the camera didn't make you think it was a heavy hit. The cut is after the impact, so it's not very powerful.
He does have like a little red spot on his nose though.
It's such a shock that it happens that it's more of like an emotional surprise. And then Suryu is just there going, Neuron. There was something I wanted to bring up. Oh, for like the third time, we hear the reference to a dimension slider. Koizumi goes, oh, are you a guy that travels between parallel dimensions? Maybe that's what's going on. Or you're just stuck in a changed timeline.
And this is the Koizumi who doesn't know anything about anything. It's like,
No.
oh, maybe you just trip between dimensions. Like, no, that's dumb. He's like, maybe you should consider it.
Here, let me draw it on paper for you. Kyon gets him more napkins to draw on it. I thought that was the greatest.
I like how we do get like almost a revisit to a scene we never saw.
Or she drags her.
Yeah, no, because like we never actually see the scene where he walks into the what's it called?
Calligraphy club. Yeah,
the calligraphy club and drags her out of it. But like we get to see that for the first time. We see Koizumi and Kyon like on the outside. It's like, this is how it happened before. It's like almost exactly like this, actually.
That's so funny. And before that, they're like, how are we going to get you two prep school kids into North High? Oh, I know. Let's wear Kyon's dirty gym clothes. Haruhi, put your hair up in a ponytail. Perfect. You're 36% more charming.
And there's a little blush there.
Yeah. Those moments are really nice because they're just peppered around.
And I guess we should start talking about like Kyon's big decision. Everybody's finally together in the SOS Brigade room, and he gets a message on the computer from Yuki that basically says like, okay, you're about to start the fix the world program.
Emergency exit.
Hit enter, and like this will like fail to exist, and you'll like move there. And of course he doesn't think about it too much in that moment, and he hits enter. But we get a pretty great scene later on that calls back to it.
I got chills because the editing and cinematography in this, the animation, they're paramount. It's like it's the top of the game. They went up above season 1 in just how detailed everything was. the CG is used to make you feel alarmed. Like everything looks desaturated because of the CG. All the hallways feel unnatural. And then when the camera's being treated like a mind of its own, when it says ready, I actually got goosebumps. That scene where his internal self is pushing him down on the desk with his bare foot is so powerful.
And it's really interesting, especially like this is literally after he time travels back, runs into his old self, runs into old Hasahina, and then they have to go to Yuki again, and then they basically get thrown into time again with a gun to shoot old Yuki, and it goes really quick, and it's a whole really confusing thing. I mean, it's not confusing when you watch it, but I'm just doing a quick recap so we can get to this point.
Yep.
And then he finally has to confront himself of, do I make this change to the world?
And it's without question. It's like in his head, he's like, this was not fun. This was not great. I love the shots of the terminals expressing like the point of no return.
And we get the Yuki sleeve grab.
They make sure that you don't feel like either decision would be fully right. Like,
yeah,
they're still all people.
You really feel for Glasses Yuki.
Just wanted friends in the club.
Yeah, like, oh my god, her face when he hands the note back, like the
he goes like, I don't want to do it again. I was just like, come on, she's still human.
You feel so much for her.
Yeah.
And then when Kyon finally makes his decision, he gets a knife in the back.
What was previously just a threat is now acted upon.
Yeah, no, like, I did not think we were gonna get this scene. I really thought this was gonna be kind of a, like, our climax was gonna be very, like, self-exploratory. Like, we got this great thing with Kyon, he got to reflect on himself. It's like, you know what, yeah, you know what, even if it does risk the world, like, I want to be with my friends.
No, it's
ow.
No, it's very physical.
Ow, my back, ow. Stabbing hurts.
It hurts, it gets stabbed like 5 times. It's like 3.
I mean, he gets stabbed once, and then she literally, like, spins in the air. Just like, bitch, I told you I'd hurt you.
They made that uncomfortable really well.
Also, really, adult Asahina? Nothing? Not even like a shove out of the way?
I mean,
come on.
She was a glorified intern when she was high school student, so I can only imagine now she's like key PA. Like, she's only slightly higher.
It doesn't take much to at least bump into somebody.
She could just I-beam.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Oh my god, when you think about it, that would be like the best power.
I don't know where that gif you, so I think it was just probably her doing the Mikuru beam and then just exploding something.
Yeah, what the fuck? What was that from then?
I was like waiting with bated breath to see if that happened.
Yeah. Huh. Because that 100, I 100% saw that.
Because like, yeah.
Maybe it's some weird OVA or something.
Yeah, maybe. It might just be one of those like omics. I really liked when they had to go back in time and tell Haruhi that you're going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Just reaffirming, because like Haruhi's whole point is that she didn't like that she felt like she wasn't important, that her existence could be insignificant.
Oh, God.
And so
was that like episode 7?
That was so like good. Very early on. It was just like, hey, I was in a crowd and I realized how little I mattered in the world, and having not just a guy help her out, but then a voice tell her you matter is like really cool.
Yeah. I didn't think about it in that regard, but I don't know. It does put a little smile on my face.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed the scene we got where Kyon's bleeding out and we see both Asakura's above him and himself. Like, no, like shit was going down because like we have like Kyon about to die with a knife in the face. Yuki grabs it again, but you're not really like, it's not really clear if it's if it's glasses Yuki or no glasses Yuki.
Yeah.
Because all we have is like both Asakura is there and it's just like, oh yeah.
Asahina show up.
And then Kyon wakes up.
Kyon literally tells himself, hey, listen, I'm from the future, and like book ? You're fine.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be cool.
Don't worry about it. I'll handle it. Just go to sleep. Trust me, I know how much this fucking hurts right now.
Kyon just like read the light novel.
So Kyon wakes up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And who's there but our lovable bastard.
Best friend, Koizumi.
Yeah, best friend, and definitely gives a shit about you.
Hey Koizumi, can I get a concrete answer if you know my name? I think I do. Do you know where we are? well, it's December 18th, and you fell, and he won't, he's so dodgy.
He's just like, oh, wow, this is an awful nice room. It's like, oh, yeah, I know my uncle. No, that was all a lie, wasn't it? He's like, yep, the organization got you this room. I got chewed up by my superiors, and you fell down a flight of stairs.
Yep. Also, look to your right. The greatest thing ever is next to you.
Hold on a second. Can we talk about the flight of stairs thing?
The cover story?
I don't know if it's like a cover story or is that how they perceived that?
I thought it was a cover story just because I feel like Koizumi would be aware of that stuff. Like, he has enough eyes around that I felt like it would be clear. Because the way I was getting it was just kind of like in Kill a Mockingbird, where like Bob Ewell fell on his knife. This is what happened. Haruhi's right here. You fell and hit stairs. I'm going to be as clear about it as I can. There might have been some weird suspicious activity. A girl in a skirt was seen, but you definitely fell down on some stairs in the afternoon and not at 4 a.m. with a knife wound. That's what I was taking out of it. But also, the guy's so
who's
like
the girl in
vague.
the skirt?
I thought that was Yuki.
All right, no, that makes sense. Yuki probably like time shenanigans the world.
They were giving Haruhi some like give on like maybe there's a mystery, but
yeah, and then we get Sausage Haruhi.
That was so goofily animated. Like they went loose with the sleeping bag that she was just nested in.
I think when she like falls over on the bed is like my favorite thing. It's like you literally have Haruhi contained in a sleeping bag and she's like trying to noodle her best way.
Oh my god. And
we pop out and we get like probably one of like the better scenes with her where it's just like, oh, I can't believe you made me wait like 3 days on your stupid ass. You're gonna have to like dress up as a reindeer every day and pay us back. And you have like this really cute moment where it's just like she's like yelling at him. He's like, and then what? Then what are you gonna make me do?
Yeah.
And like he's just loving it. Like he's like, you know what? Make me do anything in the world. I'm just so happy to hear your voice again.
Just as long as it's not getting a heater again. Please don't do that.
Oh man. And then we fucking get Asahina walk into the room and just start crying. She does nothing but just sob.
What did I love when Kyon's like, Koizumi, what did Mikuru do when she saw me? Exactly what you expected.
Exactly what you expect. There was a lot of sobbing and she just kind of held on to you and cried your name a lot. It's like, oh, okay.
Figured. Yep. But all's well, right? We're back to normal. Taniguchi has a date. That's what matters.
We never get any more information on that. Nope. You didn't tell us how it goes, or like they don't even show us.
He's gonna date her on Christmas Eve.
No, we end on a really nice scene though with Yuki and Kyon on the roof.
Oh, that was
where like Yuki literally apologizes and she's like, "Listen, I don't know what's wrong with me, but like the organization is like doing damage control on my body," and he's just like, "Fuck everything about that. You tell them to go fuck themselves. If they try to do anything, I will literally fuck the world.
I will
to
literally
get you back.
I will literally tell everyone that I'm John Smith and I'm why you're here.
Like, I will literally like put the steering wheel on Haruhi's back and drive her into like a mad crazy frenzy until we get you back. We'll make it so you exist, but your organization doesn't." And she's just like, Transmitting?
Dear data thought entity, Kyon said he would go ratatouille on my ass.
He said, "Get wrecked, scrub, GG, easy."
Brutal, savage, brutal.
It just says get bent 47 times.
Yeah, and then we end on and we conclude even more so on two nice scenes. The first one being the one that's the best, which is people looking into the SOS Brigade, the room with the paper sign, and just kind of
the two most important characters in all the thing?
I was like,
who are those guys?
I was just like, I was thinking if maybe there's something in another KyoAni thing, but I don't think so. I think it's
literally just think the hot pot smelled so good. Or like they were the ones who needed to yell at Haruhi for the hot pot, and they're just like, "Oh fuck, we gotta deal with the crazy girl. How are we gonna do this? I don't know." They have like a fire in there, and Kyon's just like, "Shh, just go. You don't have to."
I took it as like he's happy to be there, even though everyone views him as outcasts. I like your idea more because it's literally they're like, "Hey, there's like literally a fire in there."
But oh god, it's that crazy girl. Do we really have to deal with it? It's like, hey, I'm like a somewhat normal person in this group. It's like, oh, are you gonna be? It's like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll handle this.
Yeah. And then we round out Kyon's character. He smiles and walks in. Never seen that before. And then we end on the saddest thing, which is just Yuki in the library. Hopeful? There's a post-credit scene.
Yeah, I mean, we get Glasses Yuki talk about the time where he took her to the library and got her a library card, which is kind of a warped memory from what it used to be.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, is really interesting because, all right, Yuki went back, changed the world.
Yeah.
She kept that. She kept that memory and changed it.
So
just so Haruhi wasn't in it, but everything else was the same.
Yeah.
And that really shows you that like she really has developed like emotions and like that was really special to her.
Kyon is, of all people, the most interesting and important person to Yuki. The most interesting and important thing in the show is the final ring true moment, because then we get the two kids playing and she watches with maybe a smile.
I really like the way they frame that, because it's like, all right, she's watching two kids like get each other library cards and she just holds up the book in front of her face. It's like, is she smiling?
And she's
Can
done that
she
before.
actually smile?
She's held up the book before to show people what she was reading.
Yeah, and wasn't it like the same book?
It might have been
I don't know.
Hyperion. I don't know.
That no, the book with the stars on it. I feel like she's definitely read that one before. I
Maybe.
forget which one it is, but
It'd be funny if it was just a Haruhi cover. He's just reading the book.
so I guess we'll just reiterate what we said. This was a really great anime movie.
Yeah.
I haven't watched too many series in the movie situations, but from the ones I can recall, like this is definitely one of the best.
For a movie that is the second longest animated picture in history, it really holds its weight. It's a really good contender for one of the best anime films I've seen. Like Ghost in the Shell and End of Eva, like really impacted me hard, but this film felt like a complete cap off.
Great animation, great music, great plot.
Everything. The orchestrated cover of the opening song from the first episode at the end.
We even get like a weird alternate version of the open in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, where you Haruhi and Kyon are fighting over the heater.
Yeah.
That was adorable.
We get like a cute moment, but we don't actually get to see it. My one personal favorite thing is at the end, like the little outline of Haruhi like goes down a little trapdoor. It's like, what?
Yeah. It's hard to recommend this series to people because it requires knowledge of anime tropes and of sci-fi and a lot of like stereotypes and just the way it plays with preconceived notions about these genres. But people that are into it, like without a second thought, of course I would. Of course I'd recommend this.
Yeah, no, I definitely think I watched this anime at like the exact moment where I should have, like, knowing as much as I do about anime.
Mm-hmm.
So it let me appreciate it more. In fact, I'm really glad I didn't watch this when I was like 14 or whatever when it came out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of the deconstruction of tropes would have just been completely lost on me.
Kyle, you know I don't know shit about anime. The nuances were completely gone on me. This
Yeah.
rewatch was great.
Mm.
So we move on.
We do move on, and we've talked about it before, but we're going to be starting Hyoka.
Yes.
So
Same production team, same director.
same premise, kind of. No,
I know
no one has god powers.
I know it's a club-based show
All right,
of sorts.
so I will give you a short but sweet little summary.
Mhm.
We have our main character. I don't remember any of their names, so I'm going to butcher this. We have a main character who very much has a Kyon-esque way of life when we meet him, except he's very directionless, I guess I'll say.
Okay.
He's a very smart person, and like you find out like he's actually very clever too. And he runs into this girl. And they have a situation to where this girl is very curious. It's like, oh, well, why did this happen? Like just some mundane thing. It's like, wait, I saw this person outside like 2 seconds ago. How were they right here? And I was like, I bet I could figure that out if I thought about it. And she's like, please, I want to know. And it just becomes like this thing where like, okay, well, if this was true here, then this was true here. and he just like slowly figures it out, and it kind of becomes like this. I don't know. It's really hard to explain in words, but I'll tell you, it's a fun ride because they basically start their own club, more people get involved, and there's a certain charm to each episode that I think won't be easily conveyed via describing.
Okay. So would you say it's more of a club show or kind of like Haruhi where it takes the idea of a club but then either breaks it or jumps around those boundaries?
Neither. This is kind of its own thing in itself. Think of this more like... I know you have like your monster of the week kind of things. This is more like a small, unimportant mystery of the week. And you really just want to see these characters develop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like we do here on the Palmtop podcast. We're very character driven.
Characters welcome.
You're going to meet some characters.
Okay. All I know is the girl that yells, "I'm curious, I'm curious, I'm curious."
And she has very sparkly eyes.
Yeah. Well, I guess we just dismiss class.
Oh man, it's a little sad to send this off. I'm feeling kind of. I didn't think I could feel like more sad about it than I did with Silver Spoon, but man, Haruhi sure is sad to leave.
It was like you were taken on the journey with them. Like,
oh yeah,
less
definitely.
than watching people grow up or watching people fall in love. You were watching people do things, crazy things. It felt like you were on a supernatural, extraterrestrial hiking journey. Like, it's great. And I'm gonna want to come back to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna that we do have the spinoff, but
yeah, no, we are not touching the spinoff.
No, they take the timid Yuki one and twist it on its head a little too much. So it's just, I don't know if Kyon Senpai likes me.
No, we're not. No.
I'm sure it's got a merit.
I'm sure somebody likes it.
I'm sure somebody does. I think it was actually done not by Kyoto Animation either.
Well, I wait with bated breath for Haruhi season 3.
Haruhi season 3. The world
needs it.
There are so many interesting books out there, and they haven't. They I think they just went, okay, great, we're ending, we're done. Let's move on. Full Metal Panic season 3, Haruhi season 3.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd be very interested in reading those light novels if they got translated.
They are translated.
All of them?
Yeah. I think you should dive in.
No, yeah, I'd definitely be interested because I read the Bakemonogatari books, and they are very much told kind of like Kyon's narration. Kyon and Araragi have very similar narrative thoughts, except Araragi's seems more realistic, I guess, rather than Kyon's very pessimistic, I'm always so about this.
Huh, there's a girl about to stab me with a knife. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, Araragi's can be very driven by his penis sometimes, but...
Would that show fit on Palmtop, or would that be a one-off?
Wouldn't you like to know? There are 3 movies, so we might have a little triad.
Okay.
And that would be a great place to start you, actually.
Okay, so maybe we'll do a movie.
Maybe.
Okay, but first, Kyoka. Let's watch some ice cream.
Let's figure out some mundane things.
Who killed Haruhi season 3?
I want to know. Tell me. I want to know.
Can you show me? I want to know about the strangers like Yuki.
About Kyoka.